Welcome to Conversations with Grandma Polly. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us this afternoon. Did you know children who participate in extracurricular activities are less likely to participate in drug use and criminal activities? Think about that for a second and put a pin right there. We'll be right back.
Here come the big rig kids, y'all. Are you ready? Let's go. Here come the big rig kids. Roll with the big rig kids. Let's fire the truck, take you to such amazing places with the big rig kids. Those helpful big rig kids. See how they give and grow and get to know amazing things. Learn with the big rig kids, and you'll see how it is to have adventure days and hang and play with all your friends. Because the big rig kids know what it is to live a most exciting and inviting life is positive.
Hello, thank you, and welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, KJ Multimedia Productions, Simone Entertainment, Family Foundation, KJ Multi Solutions, Multimedia Solutions. Thank you guys for sponsoring us. And before we dive into the show, I'm going to ask everybody, please share this video. Invite your friends because we have an interesting topic here today. And I want you guys to help us welcome our guests, Miss Tiffany Brown and Miss Trinity Brown. Please give them some hearts. Let's welcome them.
Tiffany Brown is the mom of talented Trinity, and Tiffany is a mother, wife, and strong believer in exposing our children to the arts. Trinity Brown is a 12-year-old native of Greer, South Carolina, by way of Greenville, until 2016, when she and her parents made Maryland their new home. Trinity is a 7th grader, competitive dancer, and recently started receiving vocal training to expand her talents. Trinity is a Girl Scout, which she loves participating in public service and learning new things about how to better her community. Trinity is also a helpful big sister to her 2-year-old brother and looks to be a role model not only to him, but to all of her younger family and community members. Trinity's hobbies are reading, writing, drawing, and taking pictures. She loves spending quality time with her family and taking fun vacations.
Welcome, Trinity. We're going to bring Trinity in for a second because we want Trinity to tell us a little bit about herself, and then we will bring in the second guest because I would like to talk to these two young ladies together. Our next one is Erica after Trinity, but hey, Trinity, hey, Tiff.
Hi,
How y'all
doing?
doing?
All right, thank you.
Great. So, Trinity, tell me a little bit about yourself. What are
Well,
some of the things you like to do?
I really like cooking, reading, writing, spending quality time with my family. Also, really like art and just designing things. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I get that. I understand it. But see, I got to tell a little bit about you, the little bit that I know about you. I know that Trinity is my cousin, but I never met Trinity because of the times that we live in now. Everybody's so scattered all over the world. But I want to thank her mother, Tiffany, because Tiffany posted a video of you
Yeah.
and you were singing a song.
Mhm.
And you have a voice that is just out of this world. I know you came from a family of blowers.
Yes.
You came from a family of people who could sing. I wasn't blessed with that voice. I was blessed with the talent of writing. I can't sing, okay?
Okay.
So don't ask me to sing. But we're going to bring Erica in a few minutes. But before we bring Erica in, can I put you on the spot?
Sure.
You gonna sing a little bit for me today?
Sure, I will.
Okay, give us a sample and then we'll get back to the interview. What you
Okay.
gonna sing for us?
I'm gonna sing Stand Up by Cynthia Erivo.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay.
Y'all give her an applause.
So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer, gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
Ooh, girl, you gave me chills sitting here. Oh my God, you gave me chills.
Thank you.
Such a beautiful voice. And 12 years old?
Mhm.
Wow. So I understand. Did I get it right? You're taking vocal lessons?
Yes, I
Tell me a little bit about that because you already can sing. Why do you need lessons?
am. Well, of course, I want to get better at what I'm doing, and it just helps me out a lot. It especially brings out my confidence. And really, during the vocal classes, I do warm ups. We break up parts of the song so I can get better. We do it, repeat it multiple times so I could do it better. Yeah, that's all.
Ooh, girl, I love it. I love it. I love it. You not only do you sing, but what else do you do? I understand you dance too, competitively.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
Okay. So I've been dancing ever since I was three, two, near those times, so about 8 years. But for competitive dancing, I've been dancing for about 5 years, getting to my fifth season of dance. I mostly do hip hop, but I used to do other genres like ballet, tap, and jazz. But it's really fun doing competitive dance, getting trophies. I do dance at B Funk Dance Company. We also won the national title for the best dance, so that was very exciting and fun.
Wow. And you've accomplished all of this by the time you're 12 years old. And you have so much farther to go. Is this something that you're interested in doing professionally as you get older, as far as performing on Broadway, live plays,
um,
stages?
I really want to be an artist. I want to sell albums, do concerts, just be known to the world, and encourage and inspire other younger people so they can learn how to build up and get better at the things they're doing so they can lead up to a something they want to do like me.
I love it. I love it. I love that attitude. We're going to put a pin right there because I'm coming back to you. I want you guys to help me welcome our next family guest, Miss Nicole Tucker Young and Miss Erica Young. Please give them a hand of applause,
Nicole
a
Tucker
warm
Young
welcome.
is a wife and mother of 4 very active children. Nicole is currently the assistant principal at the Star Academy in Lillington, North Carolina. Nicole also owns Touch of Class, where she is a wedding and event planner. Nicole is the co-founder of the Ruthenia V. Tucker Scholarship Memorial Fund, which gives deserving seniors that exhibit great community, church, and academic achievements scholarships from the Carvers Bay High School in Georgetown County. Nicole's motto is you can be anything you want to be as long as you dream, believe, and achieve. Ericka Young is the daughter of Nicole. As a multi sport athlete and talented performing artist, Ericka started taking dance classes at the age of 4 years old and fell in love with it. At 5 years of age, her studio owner invited her to be a part of the dance competitions team. Since then, Ericka has competed in several national competitions, even being a part of the national championship. Not only is Ericka committed to dance, she is also a member of her middle school volleyball, basketball, and soccer teams.
Y'all, let's welcome Nicole and Ericka. Hey guys, how are you
Hey.
guys doing?
Good.
We're going to start with Ericka. Ericka, it's not your mom has her handful, okay? But it sounds like you have just as much going on. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, I like to dance and I love to play sports at school, especially basketball. That's my favorite. And yeah,
Okay, so you like to dance,
yes, ma'am.
but you like basketball. You participate in so. How do you handle all of this?
God.
Okay, I like it, but for me myself, I would be worn out. I would, just bouncing from one thing to another to another to another to another. And you said basketball is your favorite. What position do you play?
I play center.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your basketball. Then you play center. How good are you at it?
I'll say that I'm good, but mostly I like basketball mostly because of my teammates and my friends there. Because like they're so supportive and it's like so fun to just stay after school, have a hard practice, and then win games.
Okay, I like that. Hard practice, win games. Um, that's a lot. With all the things that you're involved in, how do you balance that between school, chores, and your extracurricular activities?
Um, it's a lot, but like I do it from support from my parents because I have to do homework and I have to keep my grades up. So I wake up early, go to school, do practice, come home, take a shower, and then go to dance practice. So by the time I get here, sometimes I have to do homework and then take a shower again and go to sleep.
Okay, I heard you say all those things, but you skip chores. Do you have chores?
Well, yes, but like sometimes my brothers do it most of the time.
Okay, so you have those brothers that jump in and say, "Okay, Erica got to do this," so we go cover for Erica real quick. Do they charge you?
No, ma'am.
See, they wrong. You would be paying me $1 for every chore that I had to do for you. You have some very good brothers because when I was growing up, chores, we used to argue when it was our time to wash dishes and all of that stuff. So, I mean, you got it going on. You got some great brothers because I understand your brothers are involved in sports also.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how they get to do your chore when they have their own after school practices and stuff like that? But let me say this before you answer that. I want to tell the people out there Erica is the only girl, so I can understand why her brothers are the way that they are. They're protective and they spoil her. Must be nice. You got that, Erica? How do your brothers manage doing your chores and their after school stuff?
They do a lot too, but I do more. So I guess after they come home from school, they just get it done. You know,
I
I gotta
think
be nice to them.
I think she means to say they have more time at the house. Not that she
Uh
does
huh.
more, but they are home more. Their extracurricular activities require them leaving out of the house after school at about 5:30, where she's not
Mm-hmm.
coming home until about 5:30, like 5-ish, leaving out of the house at 5:30 to then do her second group of activities.
Gotcha. You said second group of activities. And I know you're going to have to leave us, Erica. So I want to bring you and Trinity back in at the same time because I have one question that I want to ask both of y'all. And my question to you two young ladies, because you guys have been so successful in the things that you do with the support of your family. If you was talking to other young people today, what would be the one message that you would give to them if they were interested in getting into these after school programs? Because you guys are blessed. There are children out there who are not in these programs, or because they don't make the grades, they're not allowed to be in these after school programs. So let's start with Trinity. Trinity, if you was to leave them with one message, what would it be?
I would say follow your dreams and don't give up, because I believe that if you keep trying and you just keep going, everything will get better later on. Even if you end up messing up, or even now, I still mess up in things, but of course I want to get better, so I just keep going. So I'll just say, yeah, just keep going.
Okay. What about you, Miss Nicole?
Erica.
Oh,
Erica?
I would say never give up, even if you're tired or even if you don't want to like keep it going. I say keep it going. I agree with Trinity because everything happens for a reason. If you keep pushing and pushing, it's gonna come back to you 10 times better.
Okay. I like that. Some very wise young ladies. You mothers, and I'm not going to give y'all all the credit because dads are there too, but you mothers are doing an awesome job. Clear your throat, Kenny. Clear your throat. Because dads are
Erica
involved
Young is
too.
the daughter of Nicole.
But we're speaking, with the daughters and the moms today. Maybe one day we'll be able to get the dads and the sons on, Nikki, from your side. But Erica, not Erica, Tiffany, you got a 2-year old, and I know within the next year or so, you'll probably start him out there in something, starting him out young.
Yes, I
But
certainly will.
yeah. So, Erica, before you leave, because I know you have to leave, the rest of us will be here. But is there anything that you would like to say to the audience before you leave?
Um, thank you guys for watching, and like I said, always follow your dreams, even if you want to give up. Don't give up, guys, because it's definitely worth it at the end. And love you guys.
All right. Love you guys. Love you. Love you, Erica. Love you. Love you. And Erica, I know you guys may not have a social media page, but if you want your friends and other people who are not on Facebook to be able to see this, once the show is over, we actually post it to YouTube and it'll be there permanently. So, you could go and show your friends and other people and just show them what you did. And this is what we do. We reach out to our young people who are doing great things in life because there are so many of you guys who are doing great. But once we watch the news and we look at all that stuff, you see so much negativity that's going on in our community. But there is so many people out there like you guys. There's more people out there like you guys than the few people that they show on the news that's doing all this craziness. So I just want to encourage y'all, keep doing what you do because I'm proud of y'all. Kenny, is there any questions out there before we switch over to the moms?
Oh no, we're good.
We good?
hmm Just want to give a
Okay.
shout out to everybody that joined us on Facebook Live. Thank you for taking part in our evening today to hear the beautiful stories of these lovely young ladies who are doing some amazing things to grace us with such eloquence and
Yes.
presence.
And
Thank
I
you so
have one.
much,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Oh,
So
I have one.
now, y'all, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And I would like to shout out Yvette's Dance Academy and the studio owner, Yvette's Brewington.
Shout out Yvette.
All
What's
right.
up?
Shout out. Y'all give some hearts. Show some love. Give some
Love.
hearts and show some love.
That's right.
Trinity, I'm going to get back to you. I want to know if it was one thing you wanted to say to the children out there or some people you want to shout out, here is your opportunity.
I want to shout out. I also want to shout out my dance company leader. Her name is Laura Edwards. She's a very kind person. She's been dancing for a very long time. I also want to shout out my little brother, Tristan, because I love him very much. He's a funny little guy, and I'm happy that he's growing up well. And that's all.
How old are you? You just
I'm
like you just like you're all of 25, 28 way. My little brother Tristan, he's a funny little guy.
Very well spoken. Both young
Very
ladies
well.
are very well spoken. And it shows when we talk about exposing our children to different things and getting them involved in different things and not just being in the bubble to what we call the norm, it shows here in these young ladies. They're very well spoken. And that's one of the things that we push also, get your kids out, get them outside of the bubble, expose them to things that even us, and I know y'all younger than me, but even things that we ourselves have not been exposed to. And now we're coming over to these mothers. Trinity, I don't want you to leave yet unless you have to, but I'm coming to the moms. Now, both of you guys are wives and you're working mothers. How do you balance your time between family, work, and the activities that your children participate in? And either one of y'all could go first, Nikki or Tiffany.
I'll go first. And in my household, we do a lot of balance with a calendar. We have a large calendar in our house in which we balance out what everybody has going on, whether it's Trinity, Tristan, my husband, or I. We use a calendar and we balance out what everyone has to do when, so that we can know how to schedule ourselves accordingly. Um, that's the way I balance the house. Just keep everybody informed of what everyone else has going on.
Okay, but does it come up? But does it become overwhelming at times?
It can, I think, for the parents more than the children because um, it's 24 hours in the day, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you have that much. Time moves very quickly, and I work 12 hours out of a day, so 12 hours leaves me with 12 other hours. And sometimes,
Whoa.
yes, it does become overwhelming, but it's so worth it when it's beneficial to the children.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Nikki, how do you balance your time?
Like Tiffany said, is definitely making sure that you have a schedule. I'm a type of person that I have to have a schedule to follow because I do have multiple children and I do work outside of the home. I actually work an hour away from home. So the schedule definitely is very, very important to keep everyone um, in the know of what needs to happen on a daily basis. And it also just keeps a reminder to me and my husband who needs to do this, who needs to do that. I also want to say that having and building relationships with other parents, because we don't have any family that live, in our area for these, like 8 or 9 years that we've been here. So having trusted friends that we can rely on to help when needed is definitely important.
Yes, yes, yes. You went a little bit ahead of me on that one, but that's okay because that's where we're going next. Many times I've heard parents say, "I'm working two jobs." Well, Tiffany, you're talking 12 hours, so that's like two jobs in a day.
Yes.
I've heard parents say, "I'm working two jobs. I'm barely making ends meet." What advice would you give to parents who find it difficult in providing for any type of extra activities for their child or their children? Because some people, they'll say, "I don't have the finances." So I'm gonna let you start with that one, Nikki, because you're in that school system, so you see a lot of it.
Yes, I'm gonna say my daughter and my all of my kids started off with parks and recreational activities first. So Erica got involved with dance because actually her dance studio owner actually did classes at a prorated amount, really prorated, in the recreational centers, just to give kids, like you said, who may not have the money financially to be able to take those dance classes. She made it definitely affordable for people to, see if they're interested in the arts. So I say reach out to your park and recreational programs. Also in the school system, there's a lot of after school programs that children can get involved in that's free. So like theater, there's classes that you can take. Some of the high schools may have, or middle schools or elementary schools may have programs that others do not. But if your school has theater, get involved in that. If they have marching band, get involved in that. If they have orchestra classes, these are things that you can do that are free during the school hours to see if this piques your interest. And I think that there are more avenues if people really want to go or do something outside of the norm. There are ways for them to do that. And again, if you really, really want something, there are programs, there are grants out there. There are people out here that are willing to sponsor children that may have financial need, just to be able to help children to be exposed. And that's what it's all about, being exposed. It doesn't mean that you're going to go, professional in that particular area, but just being exposed to that, the opportunities that come with exposure are amazing.
I like that. I like that. And I'm coming to you with that same question, Tiffany, because what Nikki just did, Nikki is out there all over the country in different places, but she's familiar with that because of where she lives. You're in that Maryland, D.C. area. What are some
Right.
of the things, when you hear parents say they can't afford it, or, what are some of the things that you would say to them?
Just to piggyback off of Nikki, I 100% agree with what she said. I'm heavy on research. Um, you have to invest time in finding the things that are necessary for your child and their gift or talents. So, like she said, things that are free, that are in the school systems or the school programs that they can participate in. Also, piggybacking off of Nikki, exposure. Social media is where it is right now. If you expose your child or show their talents, there's people that will show their interest in them, and you can get mentors for them. There's people that are. things the same as your child and are willing to be mentors for them or sponsor them in certain ways. But I definitely agree. Expose your child and do research on the necessary places or in your area that will allow for them to do things at a decreased price or either free, as she mentioned.
That is awesome, and that is key right there. That is really key. Is the exposure at the age that they are, and I'm speaking all levels from pre-K all the way up to high school, college. The more exposure children have, and even us as adults,
Mhm.
the more exposure we have to different things, it makes a difference in our lives. Because my motto, a lot of times, I have two. One is change comes when we change our way of thinking. But if we're in the same environment all the time, then that's all we know. So we're not going to think outside of the box. That's one of them. And my other motto is going with the next question because I jumped to that one. I skipped this one over by accident. But my next motto is together we can.
Mhm.
So the question is, how important is it to have the village involved in developing these kids, and getting them to that level that they're heading to or they're growing into? And it seems like we have gotten away from the village in so many aspects. And that question's coming back to Nikki because Nikki grew up with that village of people around her. And I know you did too, Tiffany. And I did also. But a lot of people have gotten away from the village because, it's like, I don't want you saying nothing to my child. I don't want you talking to my child. I don't want you correcting my child. I don't want you to be around my child. But because everybody lives in different places right now,
Mhm.
you don't want family saying anything to your kids. So you definitely don't want outside people. So how important is that village?
I'm going to say that village is very important. First of all, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people, people that have the same, values as your family and different things like that. So it's not really hard for me in my inner circle of my friends that I've made throughout the years of being here in Fayetteville to then entrust them to help me with my children. Like I said earlier, my husband's military, so sometimes he's gone and it's just me. But thank God he's here now. So right now, no one's home but me and the baby because he has the younger son at football practice. But if I were to need someone, I can always call a dance mom. And that's a blessing because where Ericka has been blessed to dance, she's been dancing there for over 9 years. It's become like a family. So her dance sisters and the dance moms there and also the dance teachers, they all want what's best for the children, and they want to see them succeed. So we're all willing to help because again, a lot of us have multiple children involved in different things, and we know that together we're stronger than we are if we're just trying to do it on our own.
Mm.
That's great right there. I mean, that's point. And something I pulled from that too, because we have to be very careful when we talk about the village also. But you have known these people for a very long period of time.
Correct. Correct.
And you guys work together to not whereas, well, my kids are gonna be involved in this. And I'm just gonna depend on them to get these kids where they need to be, and I'm gonna go and do my own thing because I've seen situations like that also. So
Yes.
that's why the motto is together
Together.
we can, where there is no division. So, Tiffany, I want you to come on in here. Give me your opinion on it.
100%. Like I said, agree with Nikki. Um, be relationship builders. Um, learn to trust those, or try to trust most people, and then you will know who is reliable, and you will know who is worthy of your trust, because like Nikki said, you will surround yourself with like-minded people. um, they will help. Like I said, Trinity has been, well, Trinity says she's been dancing there at her studio for 5 years or 6 years now. And so we have built a lot of relationships, and people have always been supportive. Just like this past Sunday, I could not pick Trinity up from dance practice. I just made a phone call, and it was simple. The mom was like, "Oh, of course, I'll bring Trinity home for you." So it's just, we do not live in a state where we are surrounded by family the same as Nikki. So we have to learn to try to entrust our children with people that prove their self trustworthy, and then just be happy that we do have that type of support around us, because that's not everyone has that type of village to where they can call on someone when they're not able to do something that they really need, when they really need help.
That is great. That is great, and that's awesome, and that's key. It's really, really, really important because so many kids are left behind because the families don't have the support, or they have not built the village, or they don't have the trust in them to allow someone else to help them with their children. And then I've seen cases too where some people get stuck into well, the only person I'm concerned about is me and mine.
Mhm.
And we cannot build like that. It
Can I
takes
say
the
something on
village.
that, Grandma Carla?
Yes, I want you to go ahead and take over.
No, I'm not going to take over, but I will want to say, you said, some people's mentality is I'm only going to worry about mine and no one else's. Um, that is a problem. I believe that at the end of the day, we're stronger together. When I see someone else's child living their dream, or I see someone else figuring out, I really like this and I'm really good at this, and then they begin to develop that talent, I feel like that's a win for everyone. So instead of saying I'm just going to worry about me and mine, anytime I see a child, whether it's in my neighborhood, my school, or anything like that, any way that I can help to foster their passion for something and lead or guide them in the right way, I feel like it is my responsibility to help them, because someone helped me. And it might not be financially with a particular kid. It might be a ride for them, or it might be, let me look that up for you because, you're really talented in the arts, or, I think you'll be an amazing actor. Let me look it up to see if your park and rec have, this and this and that. Call your mom. Let me talk to your mom. So things like that, I think it's important that we as a community, we as just human beings, when we recognize that there's so much potential out here, we need to definitely invest in not just our own children, but the children that are surrounding us. Because unfortunately, in a time that we live in, not every parent has the opportunity. Well, they have the opportunity, but maybe they don't have I don't know. They're not there for their children in a way that other parents are. So if you see a kid that doesn't have that parental support, step in and see what you can do for them, because you never know. That might be the next Picasso, or the next LeBron James, or the next whatever famous NFL player there is. Whatever. You never know who you're investing in just by spending a little time with them and helping them to figure out what their passion is.
Mm.
I I
I
love that.
yeah,
And
I was
I
so
hear you
engrossed.
say the sports, but I even look into the other sides of it, because a lot of times parents will push their kids into sports because they're reliving that life that They thought it could be bigger or
They
whatever, but at the same time, they could be the next Tyler Perry.
yes, they could.
They could be the next Serena,
Hmm.
the next Venus,
Hmm.
the next
Tiger
my baby
Woods.
down here, Trinity
Trinity. Hmm.
could be the next Whitney Houston.
Hmm.
So the field is so broad.
It is.
All it takes is guidance and the right people there helping to uplift and mold and push. Because these kids are our future.
Yes.
All of these big names that we talk about, they were somebody's child at one time.
Hmm.
They didn't start off at the top. So, Tiffany, I'm gonna give you that opportunity to jump on in here too, and give us some of this good stuff that me and Nikki just got done talking about. Not being this that just me, we gonna get ours and forget about everybody else.
No, yeah, the selfish behavior, it leads to nowhere. It leads to nowhere because for your child to advance, someone else has to be selfless. So, in order for, like Nikki said, the village to work, we all have to be selfless. We have to have some type of balance. If you see someone um, doing less than, or and you see potential in these children, provide them with resources.
Hmm.
Trinity sees a vocal coach that I think highly of. If I see a child that's, they're like, oh, I really want to do this. I want to become a vocalist. Give them the resources for that. You see a kid outside in your neighborhood dancing, and you're like, oh man, this kid, he can be a national champ too. Provide them with the resources, their parents, and let them know. And if they need help, or like Nikki said, not always they can afford it, and financially um you may not be able to help them in that way, but just providing them with the necessary people, or mentors that can allow them to venture out, because sometimes children don't know their talent or how extraordinary they are. I don't even know that Trinity knew how extraordinary she was until we showed her. You can expand beyond this, so we're going to give you the opportunity to do that. So yes, give whoever you can, whoever um, the necessary resources to allow them to be superstars. Many of them really want to be the superstars, the Beyoncés and the
Hmm.
Whitneys and Michaels, and they all have the potential to do that. But sometimes they need that push, or the resources to have that done.
That's it. I
Definitely.
mean, you guys could not have given a better description of how we make it possible. And I'm gonna pause right here for a second, Kenny. Do we have any questions out there?
With just comments.
Okay.
Everybody's encouraged and inspired by all the great points that these ladies are sharing. This wisdom, this kernel of truth. These truths that are going to make a better tomorrow. So yeah, a lot of people are in agreement. I posted some of the stuff that people are saying. So hats off
Yeah,
to you,
because
ladies, for even having the foresight to get your kids involved and see that talent real early. To see it, and if you see them enjoying it, that's the other thing. You know, some kids can do things, but they might not want to do it. But when they're enjoying it, it's a whole nother level of just go getting this. It's like, yeah, can go and get this. Let's do this, right?
I agree. And I have one more question that we're going to elaborate on. And this one is from me and about me because I've been through it all. But the thing is, what do you do? What would you say to a parent who has a child? And Nikki, I think you touched on this a little bit in the beginning. Who comes and say, "I'm interested in drumming today," and then now they go, you get them involved in drum, and they do this for 2 months, and then they change their mind. They don't want to do this no more. They want to try this, and they want to try that, and they want to try. I'm guilty of it. I finally found my purpose. I done tried so many different things, but what would the advice be that you would give to a parent, who I'm tired of this child not making up their mind. We just gonna give up, this, that, or whatever. But what advice would it be that you guys would give to a parent that has a child who has not found their talent yet?
I'm going to say something. I want to say that I'm dealing with that right now. Okay. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
14-year-old son, Eric Jr. Then I have my daughter who just turned 13, Erica. And then I have a 10-year-old and now Elijah, a 9-month-old. And so Eric, my oldest son, we started him with like flag football and stuff when he got old enough, which was 5 years old. And then we started Erica at dance at 4. And then Ethan started soccer as soon as he could start, I think 2 or 3 years old. And he, from the time he was 2 or 3, the coaches, not just his coaches, but even his older brother coaches, always would say he has something special about him. Okay. So my oldest son, Eric, is not that he can't be athletic, but maybe sports is not for him. And so he tried different sports and he was maybe okay. And then some of them not so much okay. And we tried to explain, you can try it. If you like it, we're for it. If you don't want to do it, we're totally fine. And we encourage him to find his niche. Well, I'm going to say, last Wednesday, he came to me and said, Mom, I think I need you to come to this meeting. I think I want to do the marching band. So he was going to try out for the middle school football team the same day, and he decided he wanted to do marching band. He is at marching band practice right now. He's actually getting out of marching band practice right now, 7:45. But he is so excited. He just sent me a picture while we were doing this right now with him with a band uniform on. And so I said all that to say I have gone through about 4 instruments since he's been in 6th grade that I have been paying for. And I'm like, dude, you wanted it was the violin at first, and then you in orchestra, and then you went to, I can't even remember. Well, right now we're on the trombone. And at first I was like, just make up your mind. But then I decided to say to him, you know what, whatever you want to try, because a lot of times you don't know what you're good at. You don't know what you like until you try it. And I don't want to force him to do something just because I am being selfish to say, well, you already got me paying for this, then you have to stick with that. No, let them explore. That's what the time is now, to explore. Don't wait until you're 70, 80 years old and say, I wish I could have done this. So you don't want to stifle your kids or yourself. I don't care how old you are. If you're 70 years old, 80 years old, and you want to try something, try it. What's the harm? Because you never know what you're good at and what, where that could lead. So I would just say to parents, encourage your kids to try different things. Don't just put them in a box and say, well, we only play football, or we only do this, we only do that. Maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they want to do something, like you said, different, golf or tennis or acting classes, whatever it is. Let them try it out to see. And you just never know. They can take bits and pieces from different things to then bring it all together and be great, and do something that no one even imagined they can do.
That's awesome advice. Because I took my bits and pieces through life, and I did not write my first book until I was 51. And it took me being a truck driver and everything else to make me realize that creating the Big Rig Kids is what I wanted to do. At
She
one
was
point, I
really
thought I wanted
61,
to
y'all.
do here. Kenny, you fired. Uh, there was one point in time in my life where I entered myself into EMS school. That was no. Cosmetology school. That was no. Electronic school. That was a no. Business school. That was a no. What else I did? Oh, a lot of. One time I got to the point where I was baking cakes and selling it. Got tired of that. That
That
was a
was
no.
good though.
I was just blessed to have a husband because I got married young at 19. I was just blessed to have a husband who was willing to put up with all the different, me changing my mind every 6 months, this, that, or whatever. And I was 51 when I published my first book, and had somebody told me this is what I would be doing today, I would tell them y'all don't know what y'all talking about. So it's never too late and it's never too early. And I said all of that, and now we're back to you, Tiffany, because I want your viewpoint on
Yes, yes. I do very well know about the changing of minds, especially with children. We've went through violin. I have a brand new clarinet downstairs that it collects dust now. Piano lessons. She changed her mind several times. But if I have to give a message to any parent, I'll say be your child or children's number one fan. Some may say, "Oh, that's cliche." Of course, we're going to be our child's number one fan. Well, what am I saying? I'm saying when your favorite artist goes on tour, you're buying their tickets, you're traveling to see them. You even take off work to go to these places to see these people. Buying merchandise from them, streaming their music. Do that for your children tenfold. So
Mm.
make sure that you're investing your time and your money in whatever it is that they're choosing to do, because like Nikki said, you do have to allow them to find their niche. It doesn't always happen the first time around or second time around or third time around.
Or
um
fourth.
so I will say be a motivator to them, regardless of what they're choosing to do. Know what type of child you have and what type of motivation you need to give them, especially your child. Trinity likes to be challenged. She's a challenge person. She hears a challenge or sees a challenge, she's on it. So I'm like, Trinity, hey, let's see if you can do this challenge with me. Or if your child likes rewards, make sure you're if they're doing you say, hey, if you work on your craft for 6 hours this week, I'm going to reward you this week. That's inspiration for them. I'll also say always just listen listen to what they're saying, because they know how they feel about things, or their talents. And if you see that they're extraordinary, explain that to them and encourage them in that way, because sometimes you don't know, a child may not know how great they are. Just like a rich may not have known they're rich until they saw someone that was poor. So, especially if they were born into that situation, and some of these kids are born with natural God-given talents, so they don't really understand. Oh, I'm really good at this. So, be that support to show. Listen, you're really good at this. You're really good at dancing. You're really good at singing, or you're really good at football, basketball. Your talent is above your years, is what I tell Trinity. So, let's work on these things. Be a number one supporter to your child in whatever they choose to do.
it.
Mm.
Girl, yes,
Number
yes,
one fan.
yes.
Number one fan.
You ladies have spit some knowledge tonight. And I mean, it's awesome because see, I'm past that stage where I have children. All my kids are grown. But the grandkids, some of them they're involved in some stuff, and they'll call up sometimes, Grandma, we got this going on, can you help with this, or can you help support with this? Because sometimes we need those things, and sometimes the needs become greater than what the family have. And Nikki, you did not ask me to do this, but because of who I am, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Right now, Erica had to leave, but Erica has a project, or I'm gonna let Nikki tell you a little bit about it, but I'm gonna tell you what we need from y'all. Erica has a Erica has to raise. She got to get 100 people to give her $25. I'm one who made a commitment. And I'm going to let Nikki tell y'all, Nikki, just give us a 67 spew of that and put your cash app out there too, because she's not asking, I'm asking.
So again, I dance. Well, Erica dances at Yvette's Dance Academy, and like I said, shared earlier, the vision of Yvette Brewington was, when she started in the rec center, was to help children who may not be able to afford, regular dance classes. Now that she's no longer really in the parks and rec, and she has her own dance studio, you know, that comes with the expenses and everything. And so she, the owner, really still wants to pour back into the girls, and which comes to train at her studio. And that takes money, that takes time. You have to pay instructors. We travel, our appearance, and sometimes with that, it's a lot of money. I'm just going to say, I know Tiffany knows, when you're dancing competitively, it can cost, depending on how many costumes your child has to have in the season. Last season, Ericka had 5 costumes, and they range. So we're paying a lot of money. So we decided, as what we wanted to do was do different fundraisers to bring money in to help in need, in case mothers are, don't have, or whatever the case may be. And so we do fundraisers out in the community, just again to bring in, because it is a lot that comes out of parents' pockets to actually see our children hit the stage. And again, we want everyone to have that opportunity, whether or not, their parents can afford it.
And Nikki, I thank you for that. And I knew about this before I even booked Nikki for this show. And Nikki didn't know I was going to do this tonight.
Didn't know.
So I want you people, all my people out there, Nikki, tell us your Cash App. And when it's over, I want you to send me your Cash App information, because I'm going to post it to my page.
Aw, thank you so much, guys. My Cash App is $Nicole, Nicole, Tucker, Tucker, Young, Young. And again, I will make sure that these funds go into the team pot. If you bless us with a donation, it does not have to be $25. I just kind of put that out there as a challenge. We're doing a challenge right now. So whatever you can spare, just know that it is going to help young girls, find themselves, really. And it's not just about competing. It's all the other things that come along with being a part of a team, learning how to work together, realizing that it's not always about you. Is teaching Ericka so much more. Yes, she just turned 13, but her schedule is really hectic, and she has to realize priority. This is teaching her priority. I want to do basketball. I want to do dance. And she's learning now that even when you're tired, your teammates need you. So she's leaving out of the house. That's why she's no longer here. She's gone. She has practice tonight at 8:00. She left the house this morning at 6:40 to go to school. Didn't get home until 5:00 to then go back out. This is an everyday occurrence for her. Well, really Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right now. And then she practices on Saturdays and Sundays. And so it teaches so much to the girls, not just dance, but any team that they get on. It's not just about them performing or, look at me. It teaches them hard work and dedication. And like Ericka said, don't give up. People will tell you, oh, I'll just use this for example. Ericka, when you look at Ericka, she doesn't necessarily have the typical dancer look or the dancer body, what society deems as, what a dancer should look like. But I've told her ever since she was 4 years old, it doesn't matter what they say you should look like. Can you move? And she's proven year after year after year that, as long as you put the work in, and, she's still successful when they hit that stage. And so even if she doesn't do dance after high school or go to the collegiate level, the opportunities that she's gotten is just absolutely amazing. It's helped build self-esteem and work ethic.
Yeah, the lessons that she learned. All of these things develop character. It develops the person as to who they are. Now, Tiffany, I'm going to come back to you and Trinity. And I'm going to ask you to give your final words. And Trinity, I'm going to beg, can I get one more song?
um,
Please, Let's bless them with a song. And it could be something simple, your choice.
Okay.
Oh, my final words would be um, definitely research, research what your child is interested in, and be supportive to them. Um, of course, I'm sticking with being your child's number one fan. Invest in them. They will appreciate it. When they grow up, they may feel like, oh, you're being too hard on me, pushing me too much. When they become an adult, they'll understand it was well worth it. I'm so glad that my parents were capable to provide me with the life that I was able to have as a young child. And all the children out there, never give up, as Miss Erica said. Push yourself. Always give your 100%. Always Trinity 100. Your 100% does. If you're not in first place and you gave your 100, I'm always proud. So everyone give your 100%. Parents give your 100% into your children, and everything will work out and everything will fall in place the way it should be.
All right, all right. Thank you, mothers. I thank you, mothers, so much for being here tonight. And you guys are always welcome back. If there's something you need to come on the show and there's something you need to talk about, you, your children, you're always welcome back. And I'm going to shout out our sponsors again, real quick, Kenny. I want to thank KJ Multimedia Solutions. I want to thank Seaman Enterprise Entertainment and Family Foundation. And I want to thank everyone out there in the audience who took the time out to join us tonight. And as we close this with a song from my sweet Trinity, we love you guys. So can we get a Trinity? Did you tell me yeah?
She said, "Did you
Oh,
say yeah?"
oh yes, I did.
Okay, okay, we ready, we ready, we ready.
So the song is called "Beautiful." Wait, who do you know who was made
It's
by?
by Molly Music.
Yeah.
Beautiful by Molly Music.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a blessing to see people with their heads up to the sky still. 'Cause honestly, for the same people, life can be so real. That's all.
Look. Hey, Trinity, my manager is sitting out here in the audience, okay? Her daughter sings too. Felicia,
Oh,
we got some eyes on Trinity, right? See, she commented down there. She got some eyes on you. Yep, we have some
Awesome.
things that's
Awesome.
coming up. Guys, we gonna be in contact with y'all. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody, especially
thank
the audience, because we cannot make this, it would not be possible without people coming to our page. It would not be possible without people like Trinity and Erica and Nicole and Tiffany. If y'all didn't come in, and help support the cause. So I want everybody out there to share these pages. When we put our post up about who's coming in, share it so that we can get more people coming to the page. Next week we have two young sisters. They're like, I think, 8 and 10 years old. They actually make a hot sauce and a barbecue sauce.
All
Nice.
right.
We have another lady who will be here right after them because we try to split the sessions where she'll be talking about sickle cell in our community because she has a son who battles sickle cell. And that was another post that I made. If you could go out and donate blood, please do, because sickle cell affects us, Black people and people of our brown skin. And just one paint of blood could save up to 3 lives. And that we don't do it, who will? And I'm going to end it with that because Trinity just done gave me another little tease and got me, you're going to have me calling your house stalking you saying, I need you to sing me a song. But I love you guys. Once again, I thank everybody. It will be on Facebook. We leave it. We don't take it down, and it will be on YouTube. So follow our pages. Follow us on social media. Tell your friends about us. Y'all got some friends out there who want to come in and tell their story. We'll gladly accept them. So with that being said, peace out. I love you guys. Thanks for coming.
Love you
Thank you for
guys. Thank
having
you.
us. Thank you for having us.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
They still here?
I'm still